Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name is Josh. Today we're going to be talking about a really cool Reddit thread. Now, yesterday I covered the fish fam or fishy, and basically I realized the fish fam is what you get when you order the LabrantFam from Wish. And I called that country music thing, and I swear to God, to this day I will stand on the fact I did not know he was a country singer, and I called that shit. I don't care if you believe me or not. I do care. Believe me, please. Anyway, so we're going to cover we're going to go through the little bits called LabrantFamSnark, and we're going to be living on this page for a little while with the Labrants. Lots of great information. Today we're going to discuss the forum itself, and the amount of fans that's on it is crazy, and we're going to go through an AMA. If you don't know what an AMA is, then get off your band. Just kidding. It's an Ask Me Anything, and they have literally people that come on this platform who know them personally, who are very anonymous, and will give you the tea. People will ask honest questions, and they'll give you honest answers. And it is awesome. So we're gonna do that today because we're kind of like, let's stay on the West Coast today with all these crazy families that no one likes. So let's continue on. Let's dance a little bit though, shall we? Let's dance.
Yeah, baby.
Jen Bass. This is my Patreon, by the way. Oh! Almost got you, Jen. Almost got you. Should we dance with Gus again? Let's dance. YouTubers?
Yeah, baby.
Tanya Warner, this one's for you. Oh, two. They were like, the arc is there. Let's get to it. If you get to Reddit and you go to LabrantFamSnark, this is what you get, okay? And the About community is, this is a place to snark on public figures, Cole and Savannah Labrant, and their associated family. Oh yeah. This is not a place for fans to admire, compliment, celebrate, defend, worship, or debate about them. Items discussed here are opinions that may include news, truth, rumors, and speculation. This sub is for entertainment purposes only. Posting is limited to approved users. I'm one of them. And yeah. They've got 9.1 thousand mean girls and 107 baboon enthusiasts snarking. Now, you don't know the inside scoop of what we're talking about here. I don't know either. I think baboon is Cole's mom. This thread comes up with they find crazy things like this, okay? This is Cole's uncle, Bob Labrant, December 10th, 2020. Okay, this is right after Biden won the election, okay? Dear big brother, we sat back and allowed a nappy-haired Muslim try his best to destroy America. He even gave him 2 terms. It took President Trump about 6 months to cancel all the harmful shit Hussein managed to accomplish. Now his insane lackey has been anointed in charge of HNIC. Well, we're all done sitting back and turning the other cheek. Good effing luck this time to lock and load. While this probably will be suppressed, it doesn't matter. There are millions of us deplorables sick and tired of this SHIT. This is his uncle. And then there's another one from his uncle. This is the magic of this thread, by the way. They have receipts for everything. So Robert Labrant, same guy, I think it's the same. Robert and Bob are the same. Oh man, I just saw the Muslim Hussein Obama spoutings off his trash talk like I don't know how a person gets away with this. I really don't know how this guy has a job. I don't know if he does. He's super racist, basically. Like, what a delay. I woke up white. BLM is a disease with 0 cures. ALM is the truth. Woke up, looked in the mirror, saw old white guy, felt so guilty, I smiled. Feel perfect. BLM is a sick joke. Yeah, so I mean, I'm just saying. This is his family. Now, do I think that Cole is like this? I don't think so. I hope not anyway. I've been talking to people and like, please work this into your little thing. So here it is, LabrantFamSnark. So apparently, Baboon, which is Cole's mom, I actually have had a conversation with Cole's mom. I don't know. We had a long chat on Facebook before she deleted everything because she thought I was going to say anything. But basically, when people reach out to me from these family vlog worlds and they ask me not to say it on camera, unless it's Asa, who was a douche, I'm not going to spill. I won't reveal contents of private messages and things like that just because I don't want to be that guy. Okay, I don't want to be that guy unless it has to do, like, unless they're, doing something at me. So I think her mom is, what the hell's her name? Sherry, and I had a lengthy conversation about what I'm doing, what they're doing, child actors and stuff. It was a great conversation. I had no problem with her. And then I'm like, oh, you were on Amazing Race and shit? Anyway, she's very much, she's an ex-Christian and all this kind of stuff. But something here it's crazy because she's selling the Amazing Race autographed bra. She's selling an autographed bra, and this is a mom, a grandmother, Sherry Labrant, the Amazing Race autographed bra. I'm a wife and mom to 6 kids. What is this website? WorthPoint. I'm going to sell some shit on here. Who wants to buy my old underwear? I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I understand the ups and downs of being a mom. It's the best job of my life, but at times it can be hard. Often women neglect themselves and give all to our kids. What does this have to do with selling a bra? Okay. I hope my website and my YouTube page encourages you moms and women that it is okay to take time for things you enjoy, whether it's the gym, art, class, spa, community service, pet rescue. The list can go on. Again, what does this have to do with selling a bra? Guess we'll get to it. Take a few minutes to do the things you do to enjoy. Don't let people make you feel like your interests are stupid or not important. If they're important to you, then they are important. With my blog and my YouTube channel, I will share quick, easy beauty tips, nutrition tips, exercise tips, skincare tips. I'm 47 and definitely want to fight the aging process. And even though I was pregnant 6 times, I never wanted to give up and keep my baby weight on. So she fights it by getting massive amounts of plastic surgery and fillers and stuff. Again, don't hate. For a grandmother, I'm not going to lie, everybody. Sherry Labrant is like, obviously she's had work, but she's doing it for herself and she makes her happy. Sure. Trust me, 6 times 50 pounds each. I don't know. She gained 50 pounds 5-6 times. Okay. There were times I just wanted to quit and being fit. Whether you're young or old, hopefully there are nuggets of information that will help you let you have an amazing little fun. I was on a CBS show called The Amazing Race, season 28, with my second oldest son. We raced around the world and we came in second place. Second place, first loser. I was on a show called The Family Feud. Really? Oh, I gotta watch that. I did that show with my mom and dad and my 2 brothers. If you watch either of those shows, you'll notice I'm still a silly, goofy girl, even at 47. I think this is an old post. I think she's like 58 now or something. I'm quirky, I'm different, and at times I'm not proper. So hold on for a wild ride. What does that have to do with selling this bra? 34 double Ds. I know what that means and shit, I think. That means that they're big boobs, I guess. So she autographed the bra with a red pen, and what is this website? WorthPoint. What is WorthPoint? Research prices in the history of your antiques, art, and vintage collectibles. Identify and preserve your collection with WorthPoint. She's selling it as a collectible? What? It's an antique, I guess. If you get it? Old. Just saying. When was that post made? Okay, well, whatever. This is Cole's mom. Just wanted to say that when I talked about Jess Fam and how narcissists raise narcissists, yep. Cole is one of the craziest narcissists I've ever seen on YouTube. And that's saying something. Like, I cover a lot of narcissists. Like, I'm basically narcissist 101 when it comes to family vloggers, right? So anyway, I wanted to point that out, that's Sherry. I'm not going to convey our private conversations and what we had. I don't even think that she's that bad. I think she's just trying to stick up for her kid, but she's definitely mistaken. And as a grandmother, as a person, it says a lot that a grandmother's cool with the exploitation of Everly Labrant. And even after knowing, and I even told her about the crazy analytics on her granddaughter's page. And she didn't like push it aside, but she kind of deflected. So if you're not sticking up for your family, you're not cool in my books. How about that? Cool? Anyway, it's so funny. There's a lot of memes on here. I always sort by top of all time because I want to see the top posts in this. There are 9,000 people on this page. Hear that. 9,000 people snarking on the Labrants. That's crazy. There's a bunch of AMAs, but I love these memes. Nobody. The Labrants in every thumbnail. That's the friggin' our life. That's everybody, their stupid thumbnails. Hair by Chrissy. TikTok, I don't know what this means. I think that something about Savannah flies to like Arizona or something, get her hair done, and then this is what happens to her hair. I guess they get blowouts. They literally pay thousands of dollars for their hair. Like probably tens of thousands of dollars for their hair per year. Not saying you need to give any of that away to charity, whatever the case may be, but they're Christians. I'm just saying, could you imagine the people they could feed and their hair is like the same? Just get a wig. My body dysmorphia makes me see myself as Cole LaBrant. This one's kind of sad. When you have a spare moment from raising your siblings at age 7, Everly, and your parents shove a camera in your face and say they need to have a serious talk with you for the 17th time that week, which is clickbait. And just we talked about this when they talked about her dog being given away and how sad that was, and how Cole and Savannah prank their children. Look, pranking is like, it's different than like playing a trick on your kid. Like yesterday we were walking through the dark forest. I'm like, ooh, there's ghosts. And my kids were like, stop it, daddy, we're scared. And I'm like, okay, there's no ghosts, right? You're allowed to do that as a parent, right? You can scare them or whatever. But these people go to like lengths to create videos to make their kids cry. And like this stuff could be like that shit gets held into your head. That's like child abuse as far as I'm concerned, right? So we talked about that in a video. I guess something that Cole LaBrant says child trafficking is an issue, which is such a hypocritical thing to say, since he literally traffics not even his child on the internet for money, right? Not in a, trafficking is a spectrum as far as I'm concerned. There's many different styles of trafficking. Okay. This one is the exploitation of a child in very, very disconcerting poses on an Instagram that's 5 million subscribers with I think over half of them are adult men watching this little girl. And we've talked about that. That was how this thing exploded. This conversation lit up because of that, because of Everly's Instagram. Live and let live, yes. But if you make an Instagram account for your baby and then write posts as though it's the baby writing them, you should have to go to prison for at least a little bit. Beth McCall, agreed. Nice. Don't have children if you cannot accept that they will grow into a whole person with their own thoughts, ideologies, sexual preferences, beliefs, and values. No child should be forced and conditioned to many you or fulfill your lost dreams. This is a really good point that Sunflower says, because these moms, a lot of them, so to speak, peaked, right? They did their peak, and then their kids were the reason. So one of the arguments that was made on the Jess Fam stuff and on the Labrants is that specifically Jess Fam was a lot of them like, she's such an amazing mom providing for her children and look what she's done. Hey everybody, Jess Fam doesn't have a channel without her children. She doesn't have the fame she has without her kids. Neither did the Labrants, neither did the Weiss fam, neither does the Ace family. None of these people have what they have without their children. Okay? The biggest family vloggers are the ones who use their kids the most. They don't have that. They're providing, basically, it's the opposite. Their kids are providing for the family. That's what's happening. Specifically with these guys. Labrants are one of the worst of the worst. Saw this on Twitter and immediately thought of Cole and Sav. Marriage is so hard, but it's so worth it. 1 month down, forever to go. Aloha. Translates to, we argue and have lots of sex. We didn't date long enough, but we'll see what happens. So true. This is funny. Here's some tea. Cole LaBrant is gross AF. I volunteered at a church event where him and Savannah were speaking. The entire time backstage, he was going on and on about how much love, sex, and how often they have it. Savannah was very uncomfortable, and the event organizers told us they'd never be invited back to speak. Well, once you hear them speak once, you're like, oh, whoops. Shouldn't have done that. Sav and Cole, if she ever has a baby with brown eyes, I don't want to play with you anymore. So Tommy Smith and I have been chatting a little bit. I'm not going to tell you what we've been talking about. But Tommy has a lot more power than he thinks, and I think he's started to realize that, and I think things are getting better for him. I hope so anyway. But he wrote this, no disrespect. I don't think praying away your mental health is good advice for someone out there suffering from mental health disorder or have a chemical imbalance. I do believe having faith is super important. That's not what I'm saying. So good for you, Tommy. It's a good point because Cole does this a lot. We're going to talk about this in the next video with Cole when he talks about his anxiety and all this kind of stuff because they're faith-based, right? But they're not. Again, I can't believe I have to keep saying this, but if you're a Christian, exploiting your kids is a sin. Okay? You're openly living in sin when you exploit your children for money. That is sinful. And you're openly living it. And there's no remorse. You're literally doing it, flying in the face of everything, and you're saying you're a Christian, which makes it worse. Good for you, Tommy. But Tommy wasn't there for Everly's birth. There he is for Everly's birth. Tommy, I like Tommy. Tommy and I have had some great conversations. He's a good guy. You know what I think about Tommy myself is that I don't think that Tommy realizes the obviously leverage he has. And Tommy seems to me as a peacemaker, as kind of a guy that over the age, since Everly's born has probably transformed a lot, but he's more like a pushover. Does that make sense? He's not like a super aggressive guy. He just doesn't understand. I don't think, Tommy, if you're listening to this, and you are, I don't think you understand your value and your worth. And I think that the world has let dads like Tommy know that you have no inherent worth or value. And Tommy, you have value, because I know for a fact that Tommy wants to be in Everly's life and wants everything for Everly. I know he really does that. And I think that a lot of dads, and I know not a lot of dads listening to this, but hey, if you're married to a dad or you got a dad in your life, and they've been good to you, can you reach out to them and just let them know that? Hey, you are valuable. I don't know if I ever told you this or I haven't told you enough, but the shit you did in my life, really important. Tommy's trying everything he can in his power, but he's kind of being a pushover because Cole and Savannah can pay for expensive lawyers and all that shit and have millions of fans that can go after him, 12 plus million subscribers. He's a little bit scared, and I get it. But Tommy, you have leverage and worth. I think you're understanding that. But guys, let's be real. Tommy and Savannah both made mistakes. But Savannah comes across as perfect, and that's what's wrong with family vlogs. Savannah is far from perfect, and that's the problem. They come across as perfect, and it's wrong. And you guys think that, and it's wrong. So Tommy, keep fighting, bro. Anyway, I know we're getting a little bit long in the tooth here, but I want to get to one of these AMAs. I love this. Dykes for Bernie. Celebrities be like, OMG, quarantined in my 30-room mansion with a personal theater, Olympic pool, and 50-acre yard for the next month. So bored. Just know we're all in this with you guys together. You're in high school and you hear some snickering about your outfit behind you and you turn around. The mean girls. They all look identical except for this one without curly hair. None of these people like each other. None of them do. Or they all like each other, but they don't like Savannah. Our guest is a detective who has received countless awards for a 17-year career investigating cases involving sex crimes committed against children. He was an integral part of Operation Delago, which resulted in one of the largest child PORNO busts in U.S. history. In addition, he works closely with the state's Child Predator Task Force, the FBI Innocent Images National Initiative, and the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. This is the kind of guy I want to get on my show to talk about this. So this is really, really interesting, okay? So here's some of the questions. In your experience, what's the worst case scenario that could happen to these poor innocent children? Now he's talking about family vlogging kids. I know this is a broad question, but it would be good to have saved here for others to read and understand the severity. So I'll dive right in. The worst case scenario for me was a case of a teen girl that was very active on social media. An adult male became fixated on her from her photos and content. He watched her for months, and the things she posted made it quite easy to find her. I did a quick trial run pretending I was a stranger and had everything I needed to find her in less than 3 minutes. She disappeared one day and is yet to be found. Anytime a child or anyone puts a photo online, you're giving up more privacy than you think you are. Oh my God, I just got crazy shivers from reading that. So this girl was active on social media and disappeared. I do this and I say this all the time, everybody. You know this of me. Why are we waiting until something like this happens? And it already has happened. She might not have been a very famous one, but it's happened. And it's if you imagine someone who's not that famous towards someone like Everly Labrant who has 5 million subscribers, 5 million followers on Instagram, and over half of them are men, adult men, you don't think that somebody's tracking their moves, finding out where they live, doing craziness? They are. And why are we waiting? Why are we waiting? It's going to be the most heartbreaking thing, and I don't want this to happen. These families don't give a shit. And the person said, holy shit. There's another family, YouTube family, that had someone find their rental in Hawaii by the darn door design. Aloha. Protect your kids, okay? And parents still put their kids on social media despite these risks. That was one of the most important questions. That's a crazy question. What are the long-term effects this will have on the kids when they are older? Obviously, Everly will always be a target to the creeps. Do you think it's impossible for her to avoid any physical contact from online creeps? If the Labrants keep posting their kid in vulnerable positions, do you think it'll only create danger forever when she's out in public? Their address is so open to the public along with Everly's school. Why do you think they do this? Do you think that they purposely want the unthinkable to happen? How bad could things get for Ev with the creeps if they keep heading down this dark path? So this guy says, the thing is, a lot of these predators get obsessed with certain people, knowing the audience the child in question has. I feel safe saying there are people out there who are obsessed with her. This guy's a professional, everybody. Those people are the most dangerous, and so many of them are crafty. This family appears to have a presence where they can be easily found. There will always be times when a parent may look away for a moment, look back, and a child is gone. These are often people who will do anything to get what they want. These parents may feel they pulled out all the stops by protecting their children, but I will tell you, there's always someone one step ahead. What if I said a child has to go to the restroom? At age 8, a child may go themselves, and who is to say someone with bad intentions is not watching? This shit's scary, everybody. Biggest red flag about Everly's Instagram account, aside from the 70% male following. Choices of clothing and acrobatic poses. This is a professional who does this for a living. He's studying, he's looking, he doesn't even know them. And then he's looking at it and saying, this is what he's looking at as a professional. And I know that Cole and I know that at least Sherry has read this. I know Cole and Savannah have read this. Their managers have read this. And they just choose to, la la la. Imagine knowing all the dangers out there and just being like, don't care. This is our money. This is our money. How private are private settings on different social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, etc.? Is there still danger with sharing pictures of your own kids on a very locked down and private social media page? While using privacy settings is preferred to having all public information, privacy settings do nothing but provide a false sense of security. There are many ways to get around those settings. One thing to keep in mind is that the people who are seeking photos of children are highly skilled in what they do and are often part of a larger operation. Many are being compensated for what they find. They have developed many ways to bypass any system. For a lot of these people, this is their job. Their job. The people who are crazed, depraved, crazy in their heads are going to find ways to do it because they are obsessed. Obsessive people will find a way. Okay? That's the scariest thing about this. This isn't necessarily related to Labrant's, but more of a broad question. If we see something like CP online, child thing, online, is there something we can do about it? I once stumbled across a disgusting account and I couldn't do much except report it to Instagram, who didn't do anything. We're talking about probably Liliana Ketchman here. I didn't think I could report it to my local authority since the account owner was in another country. It needs to be reported immediately. Cybertipline.org. Didn't know about that, guys. Let's get on to cybertipline.org and start talking about these families that are exploiting their kids, specifically the ones that are overtly sexualizing them, okay? Cybertipline.org. Everly's dad has said he doesn't like her being put online in the past. I know he isn't going to do shit about it, but hypothetically speaking, if ever any child in that child was in the same situation, could the other parent be able to save their kid by showing the courts the evidence of how innocent pics have turned sinister? Would the opposite parent have a case in court, or would the court just side with the mom? If the dad wanted the kid offline and fought in court, how would it play out? This is a good question. Could he win, and could the judge grant an order not to expose her, or is he talking to a wall, or it's useless? There have been cases where a judge has ruled in favor of the plaintiff parent that a child must remain off the internet. The burden of proof is on the parents who have the issue with it. There must be tangible evidence that is causing a significant harm to a child. Saying that child predators are watching most likely wouldn't be enough, and that's the case here. It's not enough. You could show all the predator playlists and everything else, but it's worth the fight. It's worth the fight, Tommy. It's worth the fight even if you don't get her more, is to get her off the internet. Tommy has a lot of power here. And I love talking to Tommy, but Tommy, you say you're fighting for your daughter, and I know this is going to sound pretty bad, but I don't think you're fighting hard enough, dude. I know that you want to get her and that you're scared you're going to lose her more, but you have a huge community of people behind you that will help you fight this. With GoFundMes, will help. I'm sure there are lawyers that will do pro bono stuff. If this means that we can save a girl, I will do whatever it takes on my platform to get you funded to fight this. Not for custody, but to fight to get her off the internet. You are her dad, Tommy, and you have leverage and power here. If you fight this and this becomes a public case, a judge would likely rule that she has to be off the internet. There is so much data to show what's going on, and there's videos galore about abuse and everything. If you put a good case together, at minimum, we can get Everly off the internet. So Tommy, another call to you. Do what's right, man. Fight harder. Fight harder. Don't be scared that they're going to take her away from you, because you have way more leverage than you know. If they do that, then you have a bigger fight in your hand. I guarantee you there's a lot of people here that would fight with you, that would help you fight this. I know there are. Sorry. You're still cool, Tommy. Yeah, this just proves Tommy needs to grow some balls and protect his kid. And guys, I do think that Tommy's trying, but I also believe that he feels like he just feels bullied. He feels helpless because he feels like if he just tries something, he might never see her again. But Tommy, you need to know that that's not true. It's not true. And if you come publicly with what she's doing, that's going to tarnish her reputation. You have to understand, Tommy, Savannah and Cole's reputation is one of the most important things to them. If you come out publicly and do your own YouTube videos about this whole process, they are going to relent, okay? This could be tried in the court of public opinion, and they will relent. I promise you. Their shiny portrayal of who they are, when that's at stake, you have way more leverage than you know, Tommy. I know I've said that to you a bunch of times, but I'm going to keep revisiting this because Tommy, I love you, but I don't think that you're doing enough. There's a lady named Christine on Instagram who used to post millions of pictures of her two youngest daughters doing gymnastics. Everly Labrant, same thing. Now, the children's father has court ordered that she cannot post anything about them online. She's not even allowed to say their names online anymore. No one knows the full story, and she's barely allowed to see them at all. So I'm sure there's more to it. But like I said, the father was able to make her stop posting with the kids because they likely found evidence like we have of this, of their being followed, of predator playlists, of comment sections, of like websites with Everly's picture on it. Okay? That's all you need. A judge isn't going to say, well, okay, I see that this is crazy, yeah, but no, can't do anything about it. No. I think any judge worth their salt with a good lawyer as bringing the case forward, at least at minimum, Tommy, will bring more awareness to this, right? Even if you lose, there's awareness, and this goes to the court of public opinion. It's public. It gets put in. It gets printed. All this stuff starts happening. You might be able to start the ball rolling big time on this, Tommy. Just saying. Do it, man. Are you noticing more people trying to market their children on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok after the Labrants and others have become successful? Do you think marketing your children is easier with social media because of its accessibility rather to, say, traditional modeling, which typically requires an agency, or harder because there are more people out there and volume makes it harder to be discovered? Thank you. Social media has brought the issue of child exploitation to a level I'd never imagined would exist. This is a professional saying this, everybody, who does this for a living, who's seen kids murdered and shit, okay? Years and years ago, we had film cameras that needed to be developed and home camcorder movies. Online access to children was pretty limited, if you think about it. Yes, it was very, very limited. Today, we have unlimited access to children dancing, singing, wearing risque clothing. Social media has taken a huge problem and made it easier for those with impure intentions. What else do you say there, everybody? It's opening children up to terrible things. I feel that Snapchat and TikTok should be for adults only. Amen. Snapchat should just not be a thing. Kids dancing around to questionable songs is obviously going to get the attention of those with impure intentions. Obviously, like that's a no-brainer. And so that people talk about, like, anybody who comes to the defense of Labrants or any of these family vloggers, well, they're not exploiting. If you make it easier to access, if you make it easier for people with impure intentions to access it, that's dumb. And it's wrong. The end. Damn it. Everly's pics have been found on pedo sites. Her parents do nothing about it and continue exposing her. Hypothetically speaking, if they were to try to get pics off the sites, is there anything they can do? Is it possible for the pics to be removed? Is there anything law enforcement would be able to do to remove them? There are companies that do this. The problem with this is that as soon as more photos are uploaded, the entire thing starts all over again. Once you post a photo online, you are basically allowing yourself to lose control of it. One single photo can be found in around 80 different countries in a day. We have the jurisdiction to remove photos that are obviously breaking the law, but normal photos that aren't watermarked, there's not much we can do. So, doesn't matter. Obviously, Everly's not our child, but is there anything we as concerned outsiders can do to help protect her? Though what is being done definitely appears to be exploitation, the parents at this point have the right to post their children without reason. This is exactly what makes this situation and others like it so problematic. Around half to 3/4 of the photographs or videos I or my team recovered from hard drives, thumb drives, and smartphones originate with parents innocently posting their children's photos or videos. Lobbying for change is what needs to be done, and it needs to be done ages ago. The problem is only getting worse. So it starts out innocently. This is the problem. And I think all the family vloggers will say this. Oh, we wanted to document. And then it starts being like, oh, look at the wife's life. Oh, we got a video that went like 12 million views of our daughter getting her braces done. I wonder if people just like braces. No. Pluto's like the pictures of children's mouths. Oh, our daughter's bra shopping, that got a ton of views. Well, let's do that. Then they start feeding into the Pluto culture because they know it's going to get them views. It gets them views. It makes them money. Everybody, think about this. Think about it. And people still stick up for this. There are people out there like, yeah, this is so good. Hate it. Do you think there's ever a world where YouTube or Instagram bans these family channels? YouTube has the LabrantFam's comments turned off because of sexual comments towards the kids. I don't see how turning the comments off really gets to the root of the problem. And thank you for doing this. Yes, I do think we will see that day. I certainly hope so. And I do too. I want to be part of that fight. Some influencers, reality families like the Roloffs and Duggars frequently feature their kids on social media and television. Other families like the Labrants, Fishers, Lewandykes have created Instagram accounts for their very young children or fetuses and frequently feature them on YouTube. Is one any better than the other? Are all these kids at high risk for having their likeness used in horrific ways? My question is, why do children read their own social media accounts before they can walk or talk? My question is, why do children read their own social media accounts before they can walk or talk? If a parent has to make captions for said child, they're way too young to have a presence. This is why they do it, everybody. It's not cute. Oh, documenting. You make money. Money. It's money. I know the dark web is a serious issue nowadays. Do you think any member of the Labrant family, Cole, Savannah, Evie, Post, or Zed is on it? If they are, what happens? Can police do anything to protect the minors in the situation that are being exploited? Why is Instagram and YouTube allowing their members to be exposed? The dark web is there. It's called the dark web because you can't do anything about it. The dark web represents 99% of the internet. I don't know if you guys knew that. The internet that we see is like this. The dark web's like crazy. I unfortunately spend time on the dark web way more often than I like to. Can I say that there are some sick shits out there? There are thousands of children depicted. Some of the cases I've worked on have included my having to trace the origin of a photo and break the news to a very unsuspecting parent as to what I found. I worked a case for 26 months where the culprit was located in Romania. We ran across so many photos of children we tracked back to the US. One mother simply uploaded a cute photo of her daughter on Facebook and it was photoshopped and shared over 190 times. With this era of deepfakes and everything else too, this Pluto culture is going to get crazier because they're just going to take a picture of Everly's face or one of these famous kids' faces and they're going to put it over videos and they're going to sell it. And they're allowing just parents are like, here you go, take it. Just some info for you and our insider. Everly has been spotted on CP sites in the dark web. Yes. And the family has been made aware of that many times. And what has the family done about it? That. And just keep posting more pictures. Why don't they care? You would be surprised about what a parent will do for money. Amen, this guy. You will be surprised what people will do for money. Not anymore, I'm not. Not after doing 250 videos on these family vloggers. I'm not surprised anymore. Like, I'm sad because these parents rely on their children to make money and don't care about this other side. This guy is literally on this AMA, very public forum, talking about the dangers of what these parents are doing and none of them give a shit. That's why YouTube needs to cancel them. That's why YouTube needs to get in there and say no more of this shit. If your kid's under 13, nope, no videos. No more kids videos under 13. Just take them off. What is the future of family vlogging content in terms of child safety? What is the future of these children in terms of safety? Have you seen similar cases and what effect does it have on the children's mental health? I'm no expert on family vlogging. I'm no expert on family blogging to predict what the future holds. There's been talk for many years about the regulating online content and some platforms have made changes, but they're not enough. Talk is cheap. Where it needs to start is with the parents. Yes. Unfortunately, these parents aren't doing anything to protect their kids though, so it's on us. I realize they are likely making a lot of money, but that money is coming at the expense of predators using innocent children for thrills. Pardon me for being frank, but there are grown adult men who are looking at prepubescent children as sex objects. This is not speculation. This is not a joke. This is not an exaggeration. This is what I work with daily, and to be honest, even after all these years, I'm still not hardened to it. Every child I see becomes my daughter in my eyes. I don't have a son, but male victims are also likely my daughters to me. This guy, I would not want this job. Because of the shit he has to see and the depravity that we all as a society just don't talk about. Like we sort of like talk about it on the surface level. Oh, this is bad. But if you actually saw what a lot of these people saw, and thank God you don't have to, everybody's mind would be changed. If you saw what is actually going on in this dark and dirty part of the web and these people, everybody would be up in arms. Flames, pitchforks. People would be going to these channels and saying, turn it off. If you saw what was your children were being used for, and they do know it, people would be up in arms way more than they are now. And that's coming. I do believe that's coming. Do you think that YT families like Savannah and Cole, Labrant specifically, are aware of the dangers of the internet and the dangerous situations they put their kids in? How do you think the exposure and the photos in the wrong hands will affect the kids when they become adults? Could it affect real jobs? I'd need to know more about them. If they've been told their children's photos have been found in places they shouldn't have been and they continue to post, I'd say they are aware but don't care. Until something happens to someone personally, sometimes it doesn't click at all. Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Why are we waiting until someone is murdered, killed, or otherwise? Why are we waiting? Please don't. We don't have to wait for that. We can say it right now. Preemptively, we are taking the steps to remove the stuff because we don't want this to be a thing. We don't want it to be a thing. Because what's going to happen, it's going to be a thing. And then people are going to be like, whoa, damn it. What are we going to do now? That's what's going to happen. And it's going to be the saddest day for a lot of people. So many AMAs. This one's really interesting. Go over to the LabrantFamSnark if you want to learn more about this stuff. There's so many AMAs that people have done that are close to the Labrants, like family, friends, very close people who are super anonymous, who will dish the tea and be honest with the tea. And we're going to cover another one of those. Next time we're going to talk about Cole's video with the anxiety, and we got to dive into the faith thing. We really have to dive into this faith and family vloggers and Mormons and all that kind of stuff soon too, because it plays a huge role in their fan base, and a lot of them just do it because that's the fan base that's watching. They think this is innocent TV. Christians are like, oh, watch this innocent family because it's innocent TV. They're just cooking, or they're going to Disney, or it's fun. It's like, it's not. Because at the end, inherently, there's some deep, dark shit going on behind the camera, and people just don't want to see it. It's just like the dark web. Okay, there's stuff that if you're watching this and you think it's innocent, you're being a part of this. You are a part of this because you're using your social media currency to prop it up, to subscribe, to watch the video, to share it. You're part of that, and that's scary. So head over to Instagram, follow me over there, guys. That's how my voice gets louder, and this is an important topic. This is crazy. Like, this just gave me anxiety. So take a deep breath. You're valuable. You're important. This is important story. And make sure that you're sharing these types of videos with people. And make sure that people who are watching family vlogs are like, maybe you shouldn't. Right? Don't watch them yourself. Report. Go to that website and report things like Everly Labrant's TikTok account and her Instagram account and Lily Ketchman's and Daniel Cohn. All these people are minors. Let's not forget they are minors. And the pictures out there. If enough people are sending it to this organization and saying, take a look at this, maybe there's something they can do. In the end, I think what we took from this video, though, everybody, is that you're awesome and you're awesome and you're awesome. But Tommy, please fight. Fight more, fight harder. It's going to get worse. It's going to get crazy. Please do it. If you call me, and I will gather everybody to come step up behind you. If you need a GoFundMe for the legal fees, I am sure it'll get funded like that. Do not be scared of their money, okay? Be scared that you're not fighting hard enough for Everly. That's what you need to be scared of. If I had to go broke to fight for my daughter and her safety online, I'd go broke. I would live under a bridge in a cardboard box if that's what it took. Tommy, I know you can do this, and we will help you do it. Tommy, step up. And again, not even for custody. Just fight to get her off the internet. You have the power to do it. You are her father. Sorry, keep saying that, Tommy. I love you, man. I know that you are fighting. I just think that you need some more confidence. I think you need more people behind you. I think you need to know that these people are really behind you, and we really are. Because look, in the end, who's going to suffer the most from this? Everly is. She's my daughter's age, and my daughter's name's Everly. And I can imagine doing this to her. So, I will see you tomorrow.